Somehow, some way, we are still finding new details from those GTA 6 leaked videos that came out a couple of months ago. The new feature that we're going to be taking a look at today is fuel. This has been a highly controversial topic in the GTA community over the years, but it does in fact look like GTA 6 will have some sort of fuel mechanic. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. Now, as always with these leaked videos, I can't show, unfortunately, the actual footage. That would get me banned. I will describe the clips. If you have access to the footage, you can check them out. There were two clips in particular we're going to be taking a look at. The main one is actually with Jason. He goes inside of a crate. The clip is a fairly long one. The developer at the time was putting stuff in the crate. Jason eventually picks it up. At the very end of this clip, he gets on a dirt bike. And the interesting point about this particular clip is when he does get on the dirt bike, the mini-map shows up with 2 bars under it. Now, this was a rough sort of recreation. This is what I did in Photoshop. This is sort of what it looked like. Obviously, the mini-map was different. It was slightly better looking. This is just a GTA Online mini-map. But the 2 bars, that is actually what popped up the second he got on the motorbike. They were black and white, so maybe, you know, because it's a beta, maybe they add colors later. But this got everyone thinking, what could these bars be? Well, in GTA Online, there's a couple of bars. One is for health, your player health, but you would imagine in GTA 6, if you had a bar for your player health, it would be on the minimap at all times. It wouldn't just show up the second you get on a dirt bike. But there's also 2 bars. There's the black one and then there's the white one. Now, the leading theory that a lot of us have here is when you get on the dirt bike, when you get in a car, you'll have these 2 bars. And the 2 bars, one will be for gas, will be for your fuel. And then the other will be sort of a damage meter. I think those are the 2 most realistic options for these bars. The damage meter, obviously, the more damage you do, I guess the bar goes down, and that'll sort of alert you if the car's going to blow up. And then the fuel one, I mean, it'll work like a fuel gauge. It'll just go down slowly over time. I guess also maybe one of these bars could be for the special ability. Obviously, in GTA 5, Franklin had a special ability where the cars slow down when you hit it. Maybe there's new special abilities in this game. Maybe the bars could be one of those. But a fuel bar here definitely is the leading theory because, again, the bar does only show up the second you get on the bike. So it does seem to be vehicle related. There's not too many other bar options that would be vehicle related. Now, the unfortunate part is that this was the only clip that actually had these 2 bars under the minimap. There were a couple other clips where you were driving, but there were no bars. So that either means they added it in, or they maybe took it out, depending on the timeline of these clips. But I will say it does look like a fuel mechanic is something that Rockstar wants to dive into. There was also one other clip. It's a clip of a Rockstar developer like in one of the vehicles, and they're just messing around with a bunch of the interior customization options. And on the dashboard of the vehicle, you'll actually see there's the dashboard with all the gauges. There's the fuel gauge, and it does appear to be low. Now, that was interesting because when you go to GTA Online, pretty much all of the vehicles, when you look at their fuel gauges, they're just set to like full. Of course, there is no mechanic in GTA Online, so those fuel gauges will never go down on the dashboard of the vehicles. So if in this GTA 6 clip, it appears to be low, well, why else would they have that working if there was no fuel mechanic? Certainly, if there was no fuel mechanic, every vehicle would just have the fuel gauge being at full, like GTA 5. So that's another point that indicates there is going to be some sort of fuel mechanic. Now, I wanted to just give my thoughts on it, and let me know in the comments your thoughts, because this has been a controversial topic. First off, would you even like to see a fuel mechanic in GTA? I think the people that don't want to see it have this conception that it's going to be super annoying. You're going to have to be stopping to get gas every 5 minutes. But think about it realistically. That's probably not the case. Rockstar are well aware that it could very well be an annoying concept. And they will probably make it not annoying if it ends up being in the game. In Red Dead Redemption 2, you have to sort of feed your horse. You have to do a bunch of stuff relating to your horse. You have to brush the horse. You just have to take care of, I'm going to call it, your personal vehicle. The same thing would apply to GTA 6. You would have to take care of your personal vehicle. I didn't find this mechanic in Red Dead Redemption 2 being really annoying. So odds are it probably wouldn't be that annoying in GTA 6. In my opinion, if anything, it will actually add to different experiences. Let's say it takes like a couple of hours of non-stop driving before your car runs out of gas. That's plenty of time. If you have to refill, which will take 10, 15 seconds every 3-4 hours, that's no big deal at all. And when it comes to stealing vehicles around the map, it actually sort of makes it exciting, because imagine you're in a cop chase, you steal a car, but then you realize, wow, wait, this guy's gas tank is almost empty. You have to then change the way you play the game, and it adds to the experience, in my opinion. Each time you steal a car, each time you're in a cop chase and you decide to steal NPC vehicles, you have to change what you want to do depending on how much gas, how much fuel is in the vehicle. If there's a lot of fuel in the vehicle, then of course you can do whatever, drive all around, lose the cops. But if there's low fuel, then maybe you have to sort of think differently and evade the cops in a different manner. Also, to make this less annoying, Rockstar could easily code it in that maybe only like 10% of the vehicles that spawn have low gas, so it's not going to be happening that often. But I definitely think a gas mechanic could be really well done in the game. And looking over all of the footage, Rockstar definitely want to make this game, it looks like they want to make this game a lot more immersive than GTA 5. So I actually think looking at some of Red Dead Redemption 2's mechanics on like the immersiveness is actually a good place to start when you do think about some of the stuff being added in GTA 6. But again, this is all stemming from that one, mainly the one clip of Jason getting on the motorcycle. 2 bars popped up. What could they be? If it's not a fuel mechanic, if it's not like a damage mechanic or some sort of special ability mechanic, what do you think those 2 bars could be for? And again, let us know your thoughts on how you would like to see a fuel mechanic in the game. Of course, none of us want it to be super annoying, but I definitely think there's a balance to be struck. And in my opinion, I think a fuel mechanic would be a great feature added. But that's going to do it for today's GTA 6 video. Of course, if any more new details pop up, I'll keep you guys up to date. So with that subscribe button, thank you all for watching though. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA content. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one.